Welcome everyone to another month, another edition of Jurch-y's SolForge Fusion weekly stream. It looks like I'm not even the first one here. We've got plenty of people in the chat already, and that is awesome. So Viper Dave, Solimer, KC Kid, Godges, everyone who's watching, that is awesome. I'm glad people decided to show up. I'm glad I decided to show up because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to work this into my schedule this week. It's a very busy week for me and my family. I've got family in from across the country to come celebrate 4th of July. So I didn't think I'd have a time window in order to be with you all, but I did. So I'm really glad to be here and glad so many of you have decided to spend your night with me. For those of you who don't know, I'm Jurch. I'm head of events and organized play at Stoneblade Entertainment. So I'm in charge of in-person events for SolForge Fusion, in charge of a lot of the conventions that we do, and kind of building community, not just for SolForge Fusion, but for all of the Stoneblade games. And July and August, as the summer wears on, is going to be a pretty busy time for me. I'm very excited for a lot of the things we've got coming on in the near future. So I'll get into some of those now, and then some other stuff as the Monday night streams wear on, then I'll be able to get those dates and information locked down. KC Kid, in charge of our hearts, don't forget that part. You're killing me. I hope I'm just a light addition to your hearts. And as per usual, this stream is brought to you by water. Some high quality H2O we got going on here. So this is a new month. This is the 1st of July. I've had a lot of people reach out to me already asking about, is there no sealed events going on this week? And I see that there's no Tuesday sealed event. Was that kind of a June thing? I was out of town this last weekend, so I wasn't able to create all of the sealed events or promote all of the SolForge Fusion that's going on in July, but I'm doing that today. So by the time this airs, I mean, obviously it's not in time of the live stream, but when this ends up on YouTube, I will have July all planned out for everybody. We're doing a couple of changes. So instead of the Tuesday night sealed events are business as usual. That's going to be Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, $5 entry. But then we're moving the Wednesday at noon to Thursday at noon because Central Time, because Wednesday at noon is when we typically are supposed to meet for our events and organized play meeting, and your boy's in charge of that. So like I said, with July and August being very busy times for organized play and events, then I need to be heading up and running more interactive meetings with people instead of it just being asynchronous. So we are moving our noon Central Time sealed events from Wednesday to Thursday. So that's just what it's going to look like for July. We'll reevaluate next month to see what that looks like. This will all be updated and posted in the SolForge Fusion events page. Like I said, after I'm done streaming tonight, I'll get on that to get that done. And I will also be posting a news article that just highlights those things, as well as some of the other events that community members are putting on, that Forge Guardians are putting on, and just getting the ball rolling for all the things that SolForge Fusion looks like for the month of July. Because in August, we have Gen Con, which is the World Championships of SolForge Fusion, and I'm really excited for what the storyline event is going to look like. I don't have any spoilers for you right now, but in the subsequent weeks, in the next coming weeks, I will start to spoil a couple of things, and I'm very excited for what that's going to look like. So stay tuned, at least check in a little bit on the Monday night streams in order to get some of those spoilers. For those of you who Monday nights don't quite work for your streaming schedule, we have Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Central Time. That is when Lucas does his 1 hour stream, so you can find that also here on Twitch and on the main Stoneblade YouTube channel. I think he double dips on those. So that is kind of a brief overview of what July's looking like. We have another Worlds qualifier that's happening. I still want to get back around to co-writing the analysis on the June event for the Worlds qualifier. But like I said, there's been a lot of things that have kept me busy. So some of those types of things have gone by the wayside a little bit, but all things that I do want to get back to. And we've already got questions in the chat. Solimer, are all events going to be set 3 or are there plans to rotate various sets? For Gen Con this year, the storyline event is going to be sealed set 3. So the most recent set, the set that's just out, that is what the storyline event is going to be. We have multiple or a few other sealed events that are on the Gen Con website, which you can be registering for all of the events now. And I don't remember if they were all specified. I think we're probably going to do at least the official events as set 3 because it's the new hotness. But heck, if other people wanted to be doing sealed events and need somebody to like kind of pseudo TO for them and just run it in the SolForge Fusion or the Stoneblade area, I'd be happy to help you run impromptu ones of whatever set you'd like. And, then we'll kind of have fun from there. But I think most of the official stuff, we're leaning towards the new hotness because that's super fun to play. And it's a really good set. More than most, howdy folks. Good to have you here. KC Kid, I'll be at the storyline event. Can't wait to see everyone. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be fun, interactive. I can say that we are continuing with the Fuse Fest 2 idea concept of having there be a cooperative element to what's going on. It's going to look a little different this time. And because, you're always looking to kind of change things up or improve things that could be smoothed out a little bit. And, we've got more people that are trying to make this a fun, popular, engaging thing. So there will be a community aspect to it, but it's going to look a little bit different. There's going to be a little different flavor to how that's going on. Very excited to be sharing that with people. Solmer, I meant the weekly events leading up to Gen Con. Oh, okay. So the weekly sealed events, those as far as what I'm putting on are still set 3 because the process for building codes for the sealed decks takes a while. And if you're trying to change the machine that's going on, the human process, then that slows things down. So we've got a good system going with set 3 stuff, but if there was enough interest in doing like set 2, I'd be up for doing that. Or we could always go back all the way to set 1 if we wanted to. I would go whichever way the community wants to go because that's what these events are all about. All right, we are almost 10 minutes in and we haven't actually done any SolForge Fusion yet. So I am going to transition to the sealed set that I opened up, and I will show you those 4 decks because faction decks. There we go. Okay, so these are the 4 that I opened up. Already scanned them in because I wanted to save some time and talk about these decks and how I would pair them with certain things. And then we'll kind of go from there, play some matches. Because this is also 4th of July week here in the States, I am going to be using what I think is kind of my best deck right now and doing, trying to show off some fireworks. And I don't want to give people the misconception that I have the best deck like in hiding or I have things that are any better than what most of the community would have. So I'm just going to play my best for a couple of matches, time permitting, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. So the 4 decks that we had here, I opened the neck room first. We're going to look at the Merging Fetid Dredge Oculists. We had a Nixtakia here with Dead Winter, Raising Dead, and Loyal Beyond Death. So not a great Forgeborn in my opinion. So then just looking at what the strengths of this deck are and then potentially what to pair it with. We've got Ardent Spirit, which it's going to be a big body, but you can't put it in the lane with something. Oh, and Gorgeous. Last week we were told there's a patch incoming for some of the set 3 bugs. Is there any update on that patch? I know that it was supposed to be happening very, very soon. I don't know if it's exactly where it is in terms of that, but I do know that there was supposed to be an early July patch that was sent out and a lot of things that were updated. That is definitely something I should have checked in before clicking stream tonight. I know that I was told it was supposed to be early July, and we are now technically in early July. So uh, I don't have a specific update on that, but I can track that down, which does no good for this stream. But it is something that then I can disseminate to people, after the fact over the next couple of days. Gorgeous, all good. Just curious, don't need a specific day or anything, just that it's in the works. Yes, it is very important with a lot of the things that need to be patched. So it is a high priority and will be coming out very, very soon. Okay, so back to this Ardent Spirit. It bums me out that it's such a big body at levels 2 and 3 because all spirits, or the fused creature spirit, has the deployability. If there's an opposing creature in this lane, destroy this. So this can't be a blocker. It has to be a more tactical move. So that's not a great start seeing a card like this. Cacklebones I really, really like. I like that slay ability, but you need to pump up its attack somehow in order to really take full advantage of that. Darkshaper Savant is one of my favorite Necreum cards in this set. I love pairing it with the Aloyan Exalt Drone Hive, which gives the slay ability, play Gizmo Minion, which Gizmo Minions are level 1 and 2, or are level 1 creatures. So for the Darkshaper Savant, that triggers it, and it's a nice waterfall, which could potentially be a board wipe. I've been speaking about it for weeks on here. I haven't seen a whole lot of people using this in the queue, so it must not have hit mainstream yet, but I think it's very, very powerful. Maybe people are saving it for organized play events. Dissipating Spectre. I like that it's got a big body, and it's another spirit for spirit synergies. We've got a Fraud's Experiment number 0627. And this level 3 is really, really nasty because it's got Breakthrough, and it says when this deals damage to an enemy player, you gain 3 health. Hey, Zoe Misery. And it has an activate ability at level 3 that says deal 2 damage to the enemy player, gain 2 health. You combine that with the when this deals damage to an enemy player, you gain 3 health, and this could be doubling double procking for your health gain, which could be really, really powerful for some combinations. And it's another Fraud's Experiment. I think this is the second one that I've pulled, so that's pretty cool. I definitely have hit my quota for Fraud's Experiments. So I don't know if all of the Fraud's Experiments, if all of those bugs are ironed out yet. So for the purposes of tonight, I mean, I could test this out, but I don't know if this card is going to work like I hope. But it's especially at that level 3, that can be really, really spicy. Super fun. Graveborn Caller, a spirit that works really well with the Darkshaper Savant, because this says when this deals damage to the enemy player at levels 1 and 2, you're playing a mindless zombie minion, which is another level 1 creature, which then works with the Darkshaper Savant. So I like that synergy there. I'm thinking this is pretty strong. If I can find some other spirit synergy to work with this, maybe if I've got life gain synergy and the Utera to go with this Fraud's Experiment, then we could be cooking with gas here. Hematophagic Terror, also spirit synergy, and you may destroy another one of your creatures to gain health. Also life gain synergy. So we've got a lot of options there. We just need to find a pairing that's going to benefit from that, because life gain, for the sake of gaining life, isn't a sustainable win condition. And Gorgeous and Zoe Misery are piping in or chiming in that Fraud's Experiment with the Taro or Glowhive Siren. Yes, both of those would be really, really good. And then a Vampiric Skeleton, which is deployed, deal damage to the enemy player, gain health. So this is a lot of life gain for the sake of potentially working with a partner. For the spells, we've got Blightskull Bomb, which is kind of hard removal, and it works with spirits. Let's see, we didn't have a whole lot of spirits. 1, 2, 3 spirits, so not bad. For the spirit synergy of Blightskull Bomb, and then Infernal Ritual, destroy one of your creatures to play some mindless zombie minions, and then giving them aggressive and potentially some attack. So this one looks like a pretty good support, especially with, if I end up pulling something that works with life gain, then I think that could work, hopefully in Utera. So let's just jump right to that one and see what the alphas of building, if that had any life gain benefit to try to pair. So the Oros has Shatterwild, which is the Blighted Oros. Level 3 is Deepwood Chosen and then Barkskin. But if we go all the way down to the Blighted Oros, is the Deepwood Chosen there. You give a creature attack and then destroy a creature with attack less than that creature has. And then Barkskin is just souped up as well. I can't read it this far away, but we will probably see this in action because I like using the Blighted Forageborn. So let's look at what the rest of this deck wants to do. We've got an Arrogant Wartusk, a nice big body at level 1, and then it's a warrior for potential warrior synergy. Naturalizing Bear. Deploy an enemy creature loses all printed abilities this turn. In sealed, that's really important because everybody's trying to make their little synergies work, their little combos try to go off. So if you've got a card here that can slow down or stall your opponent, very important in sealed. Shepherding Willow. If you have a spirit in your banished pile, you get to gain some health. This is a spirit, so I like that. It's the first spirit that we've seen, but this might pair with the Necreum then, because the Necreum had 3 spirits. Stegodon Alpha. I like that slay ability. Give another one of your creatures plus attack and health. That actually goes with, it goes well with the Oros, the Exalt that is soulbound to it, because you need creatures to be gaining attack 5 times in that lane in order to transform it and then overlay it on Oros. So Stegodon Alpha would be really important to try to make that Exalt transform. Torgmai Mender, Plant Spirit. This is the first one of these that I've come across in my sealed going on here. Activate, choose a creature type, give each creature of that type plus health. That's nice. That'll be able to keep some things on the board a little bit longer. I can imagine I'd be doing that with dinosaurs for Stegodon Alpha's sake. Ooh, the Uprising Mastodon. The Mastodon has deploy. If you have another creature with increased attack, give this +3/+3. But the modifying term Uprising says if this would gain attack, it gains that amount +2 instead, +3 instead, +4 instead. So this could be gaining a whole bunch of attack, as long as I've got other things that have buffed attack. Right now, Stegodon Alpha is the only thing that's helping something else gain attack, so this might need to be paired with Tempest. But this could be a nice powerful combo. And then the Venerable Wildman, huge creature at level 1, that when it's exalted, it gets breakthrough, so that could be nice. Let's see if we can get something that will buff up the attack of my creatures to make this Mastodon really work. Botanimate, excellent card for sealed, because that's soft removal. It's level gated, but then you're able to replace a creature with a Wisp minion. Nature's Progression, that also increases attack for a creature and allows you to upgrade, and then at level 3 it's free. Cherished Shrine, which is giving armor and then has spirit synergy there, so this might work with the Necrim that we have so far, and then that Soulbind. I don't have a whole lot of increased attack options here, and a lot of things that would like increased attack. This Wildman, it's exalted, it would like increased attack. Mastodon likes when things have increased attack, and then it's gaining it itself. Could also probably benefit from getting breakthrough at some point. So we will see what this would pair well with. I'm hoping this maybe with a Tempest and not, because we didn't get a whole lot of life gain. We didn't get any life gain synergy, so there's no profit from that. So I guess let's just try Tempest to see if we can get some increased attack. The Broiling Artifacts Devourers. With Sunder, so we've got Outwit, enemy creature strikes another enemy creature. Reclaim, upgrade a spell in your hand. If it's an Exalt, you can play it for free. And then Gathering Storm, whenever you play a spell, you can deal 8 damage to a creature or player. As for the creatures, we got Charger Mammoth, which is great. Gives a creature aggressive and breakthrough when it replaces this creature. So that that can work with anything. Deep Frost Guardian activate, deal damage to a creature. If this has increased attack, that creature gets Defender this turn. I really think this is a powerful creature, especially in sealed, because it is delaying what your opponents want to do. It's pushing their creatures to the back. And then we've got Flamebreak Invoker, which has aggressive, giving your other creatures aggressive. And then at level 3 can be giving increased attack. That could be working with the level 3 Mastodon. The Fleet Caller, so it's got mobility. Activate, move another one of your creatures to any lane. So you can open lane something or block something that needs to be blocked. Fleet Hawk Rider, if this is lower level than your Forgeborn, you can start giving other creatures attacks. So it's a nice underdrop. And then we've got the Vigilant Gale Carrier, big body, but it's got Defender. And the last creature here is Volcanic Master. And it's got a deploy ability. If you played a spell this turn, give this plus attack. But we didn't have a whole lot of mages. I think I only saw 2 others. 1, 2. Yep. And God just has a question. Some of the decks from the $5 sealed events, I've noticed, still have the name of Sealed Pool and then the number with it instead of the deck's given name for the decks. I think yesterday I had 3 sets still showing sealed. When will the names revert to the original name, or will they stay as is? Those names will revert at some point, but what has to happen is one of the engineers has to go in and fix that data. So it is an auditing process that takes time, but that is a lower priority than like the bug fixes or the patch or a lot of the other things that the engineers are working on. So there is nothing wrong with those decks. They're perfectly legal. Even if they have a timer that says it's got like 0 days, hours, minutes, and seconds left, the decks still aren't going anywhere because that's just a cosmetic thing. But that is something that is a low priority for the engineering team right now. And once they're able to get around to it and go back and audit all those, they'll be able to. So nobody is in jeopardy of losing those decks of theirs. It's a low priority. Yeah. Nope, there's nothing that has to be done on a player's end. There's nothing I can do on my end. It has to be an engineer, and they have a lot on their plates right now. So it'll just have to be a little more patient. Okay, so as for spells here, we've got Flamestoker Ritual, deals some damage to one of my creatures, deal a lot of damage to an enemy creature. I think we've got plenty of big bodies to make that trade work. But this also is looking for increasing attack for my creatures. So let's see if we can get lucky there. Stone Skin, okay, that helps. Give one of your creatures plus attack. It battles up to one enemy creature. And then Exalt Deep Frost Hills. I mean, we'll be able to check tonight to see if that has been patched. If when you activate it, it actually gives the opposing creature Defender, or if it still just does the damage to it. Again, in sealed, this would be a very, very powerful card because it's delaying what your opponents want to do. So then you can be more strategic with what you're doing instead of playing defensively. But there aren't a whole lot of options for growing or gaining attack here, but things that want it. So I still think this might pair with the Utera a little bit, but I'm not super jazzed about it. Like, it seems like it's a tepid pairing right now. And then we've got Aloyan. So unless this has a bunch of gaining attack or Gizmo minions or stuff like that, then we'll have to figure out what our pairings are going to be. Crux Cobalt, Determined Choice. You get to look at your opponent's hand and then tell them what they're going to play. Unify, and then Synaptic Siphon. Camouflage Justicar, a big body and stealth that can mess with people. Citadel Prophet, that locks down a lane for multiple turns. It has Defender, but pumped up stats because of that. Mobilizing War Charger. So not only does it have mobility itself, but you can give something else mobility this turn. Prepared Archivist. Deploy, upgrade a card in your hand, then discard it. Deploy, ready one of your creatures. So if we've got a really good activate ability, then we could try to mess around with that a little bit more, get some extra value there. And you're upgrading cards in your hand, which is good. We've got the Soulbind Regia, the Iron Lady. a decent size creature, 3/5, 7/5, 7/12. But then it comes with this Soulbind, Mech Mark 1 and 2. So that'll be a fun way to have a creature stick around a lot longer because it gives a creature +5 health and mobility or +12 health and mobility. So it's going to help a creature stick around a lot longer. That one's a fun one to play that I haven't played around with a whole lot. As for the spells, Electronet. Give an enemy creature -attack, and if it had increased attack, this is free. Nice, very helpful in sealed because people are looking to make big creatures. I'm probably looking to make big creatures tonight. And trying to cut those down to size is really helpful. It's about as bad as it sounds. Okay, gorgeous. Lucid Echoes, helping make you move faster by upgrading cards and then dealing damage to a creature. Renewal, you get to give a creature armor this turn and ready it. I didn't see any activates that were worthwhile. It'd just be activating for mobility. And then we got Drone Hive, which I love pairing with the Darkshaper Savant. And Silver Arc, which is giving creatures bumped up stats and then replacing. So this one could work with a few different options. I think this could be a pretty good support for what for Necrium with the Darkshaper Savant. It could be with Utera for giving creatures attack to make the Oros blighted or to work with the Mastodon. So even though this deck itself isn't devastating, I do think that this has potential to be a pretty solid support with probably all of my other three. So I think, actually, I didn't think to fuse the Utera and Aloyan, but I am going to fuse those. And we are going to test, let's see, the Alphas of Building and Thoughts Dissectologist. The Dissectologist. Ologist. Yep. The Dissectologist. That sounds very painful. So we're going to start with this one. And then we'll go to some of the other pairings and play one game with each. And then we'll end with some fireworks. All right. Play. And we're just going to jump in the queue and see what we come up with. All right, got a match already. That is always a good start. And it is Mater Frost? I don't know if I faced this person before. All right, well, let's see. So, I do want to get Stegodon Alpha going. Let's see what Kindred Slayer. Oh no. Okay. So that is a life gain profit card. That could be trouble. Choose a creature type. Probably going to choose dinosaur. And you know what? I am going to come back with the Camouflage Justicar. And we're going to block those two. But then, because that Slade, get to bump that up nice and big. Okay. Whoo! Nature's Progression, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out because this Venerable Wildman with Drone Hive could really hurt. So let's start out with Venerable Wildman there. Then we'll see what my opponent does. But I think I'm going to put Drone Hive in that lane then too. Pax Blessing. Are they going to put something? Yep. Okay. Mater Roast. Okay, well, I'm going to go like that to give this breakthrough. And if my opponent's trying to chump block or whatever, I'm getting profit from it. Oh, unless... Which one are you going to turn off? My Adjusticar or... Oh, turn off the... Let's give that +2/+2, so then it will survive the trade with that Leyline Vermin. Okay, so my opponent's already down pretty low. And I've got my Mastodon here. I've also got Botanimate in case they put something really strong out that I don't want to mess with. I've got Regia here, the Iron Lady. I think I'm going to start with the Mastodon though, because that's got a deploy ability to give it +3/+3, and then it got 2 more attack because it gained attack. So you gotta like that. Oh, are you gonna give... Oh, -4 there. Okay. I could... Well, so those are gonna trade. That, I like what's gonna happen there. But I think I need to keep Botanimate on curve. I need to keep that with the levels. Gotta play the goat. I know, sorry, Regia. All right, second deck cycle. I'm going to play my Forgeborn ability right away. Go right there, and then... I think... Let's go stick it on Alpha next to it. What does my opponent have? Nova's Dominion, play up to 2 Wisp minions. I'm totally fine with my opponent chump blocking here, because that puts me in a good position. Because I've got one with a Slay ability here, and then a second one with the Slay ability. Well, I'm worried about what this Kindred Slayer could get to, because it's already 8/11, and every time my opponent gains health, it's going to go up 3/3. So I'm going to wipe it out right away. Just Botanimate it straight up. That Mastodon level 2 and 3 in the Shatter Wild lane is awesome. Yes, that could probably have it proc by itself, because at levels 2 and 3, it's an activate ability. Give another one of your creatures +3/+3. I'll take a little bit of damage. And then I get to play Gizmo there. All right. And I don't think I have a Spirit in my Banish pile. Nope, just a couple of dinosaurs and that Justicar. All right, opponent. Aha. Spring Dryad. Well, I'll go with the Shepherding Willow to get 1 proc on that Shatter Wild. I don't get the health gain from it because I don't have any spirits in my Banish pile yet. And then I don't know what direction I want to go. Either Silver Arc in here to make this even bigger. Oh, what are they going to choose? What are you going to choose there? Warrior would also affect Spirit Reaver, but no, they went with Plant. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So I am going to go Silver Arc and give my Wild Man enough to win that trade now. So then I get a Gizmo. there. And let's see. I do have the level 2 Mastodon that I can put right here, which I really like. Do I have another creature? I do already. Okay. So we are going to go the Mastodon there. And that's an activate. And that gets to go up. Yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas here. I like this. Leyline Vermin. Probably going to turn off the Wild Man. Yeah. That's a good call. Good call there. And I think... Ooh, let's go with the Prepared Archivist over here. Upgrade a card in your hand, then discard it. I'll just upgrade Electronet. And then ready one of my creatures. Well, I'll ready the one that I can activate to give it +3/+3 and then get another counter over there. That could be a problem for my opponent. That could be a problem. And then what are they going to botanimate? This here probably? Yep. 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21 damage. Coming at you. All right, start of cycle 3. Destroy an enemy creature with attack less than your creature opposing it. And they get to give your creatures +3/+3. All right. Oh, well, I get the level 3 Mastodon right there. Whew. And is that if you have another creature with increased attack? Okay. Let's see. So I think I don't want to do that quite yet, because if I get this Prepared Archivist, let's go like this. There. All right, so that's going to get buffed way up. Upgrade a card in your hand and discard it. I will upgrade Nature's Progression. Oh, ready one of your creatures. Oh shoot, that didn't work like I wanted it to. That's okay. But I go like that there. All right. Yep, I needed that to be my second play. And then there looks like they're not going to be playing anything. So what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to play something. Yep, because I couldn't do, as far as I could tell, I couldn't do enough to win on that turn. There's Regia. There we go. We can transform that. Go. Then destroy a creature with less attack than that. Well, but I don't want to do that. I want to destroy this creature that has less attack. Okay. And that Mastodon's getting pretty big. Give this +3/+3 for each creature you have in play with increased attack. And it lost all of its abilities, but I think it's going to be okay. Whew. Yeah, that Mastodon got big real fast. Yikes, yikes, yikes. All right, so that one, the dissectologist worked. Let's see, because I made a few others here. Let's see if trying to get Tempest to pump attack to try to get the Shatterwild flipped, if that's gonna work. Zoe Misery 5829. Oh my goodness. And then note to self, destroy Mastodon as soon as I see it. I think it's this specific Mastodon. I think that specific one is what was getting away a runaway board state. All right. Let's see if anybody else is in the queue. Otherwise, match found. All right, good, because I did not know where I was with that. Fast Hippie, hey, welcome. I know Fast Hippie. And I'm going first. Well, I want to get that Mastodon working. So let's see if I can get a Spirit my Banish pile too to get that life gain going a little bit. Venerable Wildman could have been a good option if I had an Exalt either in my hand or already on the field. I would have liked that one too. But we just having that in the first hand, then it's just a 7/7 body, which could have been nice, but I would like to have at least one spirit in my banish pile. So I can open up a couple of things. And this Mender, I could plant spirit. I mean, I could pick plant and have both my creatures gain. Everflame Spirit. All right. Okay. So we'll do the Mastodon. It doesn't get the +3/+3, but I'm going to go this, and I'm going to pick pant. I'm going to pick plant to both my creatures get a little bit of health. I like that. I think this is the first Mastodon I've opened too. Aetherforge Oracle. Okay, upgrading there. And then open laning for 5 damage right away. I'll take that. Oh, here we go. Charger Mammoth, Stegodon Alpha, Stone Skin. I might be able to Stegodon Alpha into a Stone Skin to then slay and give a creature +2/+2. And if I give that to the Mastodon, then it would gain +4/+2. Which I'd like. Or we've got now the Flamestoker Ritual. Deal 4 damage to one of your creatures. Deal 8 damage to an enemy creature. Yes. Well, I think Stegodon Alpha has to be my first choice there. Well, now I can Stone Skin into that Gizmo. No, give me the Gizmo! Okay. Oh, they were picking a different card to upgrade. That makes sense. Right. So I will Stone Skin there to deal the 2 damage to battle, and then give this the +2/+2, but it's actually +4/+2. And then I'll go like this and pour one out for my homie Cardboard Newt and pick dinosaurs. All right. Because now that I've got a spirit in my banish pile, Cherished Shrine can work, where it's giving a creature 2 armor each turn. Let's see. Hmm. I don't like this Tempest quite as much as I thought I did going into it. Because Deep Frost Hills is, or Deep Frost Guardian is pretty good if I end up having something that can give it increased attack to get the full effect out of its ability. But I don't have that right now. Let's go Flame Break Invoker. And then depending on what they do, I may do the Deep Frost Guardian because 6 health at level 2 is nothing to sneeze at. Or Naturalizing Bear. No, I think this is going to be a good one to invest in for the future. And since I'm guessing they're replacing this gizmo, or I guess the two trades, the two trades. Oh my, they're just going to take 10 damage. Okay, I'll take that gift. Very aggressive, fast hippie. Hmm. Well, I like that Uprising Mastodon I've got going for me. And oh, nice! Chain Lightning with the Gathering Storm. Oh, nice. Well, that's not going to work out well for me. Unless I start like this. Deal 4 damage to one of mine to deal 8 damage to an enemy. 4 to do 8. Chain Lightning, my darling, my love. Yeah, Zoe. It's a good card, and it's going to cost me dearly. But I've got a bit of a buffer, so I'll just take that damage to my face. And this Mastodon, I want to keep it alive. So we'll go over there. And I'll take 15 now. That's a whole new ball game. Boy howdy. Okay. And I don't really have a way to be gaining attack. Again, that puts me in the spot where I don't have a way to be gaining attack. To get the... Yeah. I don't have another creature with increased attack. Oh. Well, let's go like that. And pick plant. But I don't have anything with increased attack, so this isn't going to do what I need it to do. And that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a major problem. Because I could botanimate. I think I have to. There. Yep. No. Shepherding Willow. I get a little bit of health and I block a lane. I need to get a Chain Lightning with Burnout. Well, it looks like Fast Hippie has that. Oh no. Yeah, this one might not be in a good position for me. Well, now I've got my attack gaining, but the board state has run away from me. Not good. Well, we can try to get some lane coverage on this, because then I can do the Flamebreak Invoker, which is a mage, so then I would get a Spell Sprite minion to cover something, which isn't great. Yeah, this is a good deck. Because then a lot of things are getting buffed up. And now I'm not going to try to block the most damage. I'm going to see what I can use to be turning the game state. So here, then I can win that trade. And then I guess the Spell Sprite at that point just blocks the most damage. But I'm not making that losing trade right there. I want to do something that might stick around a little bit longer. But now I got to settle in because this is going to be not great. And I got a level 1 Botanimate going against a board full of level 2s. Excellent. Well, I can go like this to gain a little bit of health. And those will trade. But Energy Surge right away. Upgrade a card in your hand and then play it for free. Whew. Combat Brawler. That's nice. Yep. Hmm. Well. Hmm. 23. No matter what, that's not going to work out well. Huh. Well, we're going to go like that. And I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Find it funny, Deep Frost Hills doesn't do the defender thing, but the Guardian does. It's very satisfying to stun lock one lane. Yes, I would agree. And I have no idea why one works but the other doesn't. I'll be down to 11 here. I got the master, but no other mages to get 3 creatures. And I would need to cover all 4 of these lanes. Aha. Well, now we get the opportunity to see if this has been fixed yet, and deals 2 damage, does not give it defender. So, nope, not working yet. And I would hate to put any one of my creatures out here to be stuck with this onslaught. So I'm just going to do Cherished Shrine. And protect my poor babies. There you go. And good game. Yep, there we go. Okay, so it had too many things that wanted increased attack, but not enough that was doling it out. I'm going to do the last combo that I came up with for these. Fast Hippie. Welcome to the chat, Fast Hippie. Okay, so this is the other one that I came up with was the Aloyan Necrium. That again works with my favorite combo in this, and we will see if we can get that off, or if it trying to have two cards work together to wipe an opponent's board isn't going to be very fruitful. Then it just proves that that probably wouldn't be a great sealed strategy. CJ Flex, and we start with Drone Hive, which I think is a good start, and Blight Skull Bomb. That's always a good turn one play. Especially off Forge, because if your opponent puts out one creature that you don't want to face, just Blight Skull Bomb. Each enemy player destroys one of their creatures. Well, they only got one. That's what you destroy. Did you pick the right Forgeborn? Oh, for this, I don't think that I don't think that the Nyx was very good. Oh, and I don't think I will be able to see here. Dead Winter, uh it would be cycle 3. Yeah, so then I may want to switch that. That's a good point, Godges. Being able to get out mindless zombie minions, which are level 1 creatures, for either of my Dark Shapers or any of my Dark Shaper savants. But let's see if CJ Flex knows that they're in a match. There's been times when I haven't realized it either. So if they accidentally went in the queue and then went to go to the bathroom or fill up their water bottle, whatever, and then just kind of aren't going to be back in time, I get it. Yeah, we will see. If okay, yep, they are here. And I'll just Blight Skull Bomb right away because none of my other cards are going to be life changing, at least in this opening hand. So I'll just get rid of something that has stealth and that I wouldn't be able to block until next turn at best. Because two of these, the Citadel Prophet with Defender, or the Ardent Spirit that says if there's an opposing creature in this lane, destroy this, neither one of those would be great for or possible to be defenders on that. So all right. And I like Graveborn Caller, but that's not going to help right here. Let's do the Camouflage Justicar and start to put some pressure on my opponent. It's a big creature with stealth. And Fast Hippie, always ready. Cue Mortal Kombat fight music. Well, after this one, I may turn around and start using some of my, what I think are my best decks to put on a nice little show for people that makes me sound like I'm not, a little bit bragging on it. I'm going to put on the best show that I can. And I'll let people do with it what they will. Ooh, I love Relentless Wanderers, and that is going to work out perfectly for my stealthy Graveborn Caller. I don't care that it's only doing 2 damage each time. What I like is the fact that when it deals damage to an enemy player, I get to play a mindless zombie minion. So have that against a creature that's defender, I get to continually spam out little chump blockers. Yep, got just unlimited zombies. And I don't mind taking 4 damage here if this will be the last time that I do that. Oh, forced him into A stalking banshee. Nice. And then there's the savant. And Fraud's experiment. Oh, they got a savant also. Let's see. I think let's go like that for right now because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get two triggers off of this. So I'd end up losing it or trading in combat anyways. But if they end up pumping up a creature, giving it increased attack, then I get this Electronet for free. And I got good old Cacklebones right there. Otherwise, if they don't do something that gives them increased attack, then I might do Fraud's Experiment to take out their Dark Shaper Savant. Yeah. Okay. Dark Shaper Savant probably taking out here. The Graveborn Caller, which I wouldn't blame them for doing. Oh, no, they're going to do it on mine. But then you don't get to Cacklebones the Spirit. Lost value. I don't like what they're potentially going to be able to do. So let's go like this. Fraud's Experiment. Give the Wisp -1/-1, which hurts my heart. And then the Experiment slays. So I get to do this and do that to whittle down their Savant. And now I can Infernal Ritual to take out their Savant. So I could determine choice, look at the enemy player's hand, and choose a card. The enemy player must play that card as their next action this turn, if able. I could probably do that and make them play a level 2 card next. No, I think I want to straight up do this. Infernal Ritual there. 1, 2, and then I just get to poke this down and get rid of that because I know that could end up being a problem for me. And then we'll see what my opponent does. Their Forgeborn is Noah's Evolution upgrade. Up to 2 level 1 creatures in your hand, then discard one of them. That one's really sweet. But we'll see. I've got a lot of 1 health creatures left, so I didn't want to leave that Savant open because any other level 1 card my opponent was playing, they'd be able to take out my creatures, which I'm personally not a fan of. Oh, well, there you go. Well, let's see. I'm going to go with Electronet to give that -5 attack and then -1/-1. Then I'm going to pick what my opponent's going to play. And let's see. Yeah, whatever level 2 card is in their hand. The problem is their only level 2 card allows them to play level 1. Shoot. Ugh, that's the worst. Shooty, shooty, shoot. Um, hmm. Very unlucky. Because if I make them play one of those two, then their Savant's gonna stick around longer. Nope. It has to be that one. Oh, that is brutal. Yep. Any level 2 creature or whatever, totally fine by me. Level 2 spell, that's great. But everything's level 1 and this ferocious roar is going to buff up their creature. Then they get to give something -3/-3, which, excuse me, any one of these and it ruins my party. Yep. Shoot. And their Forgeborn ability is upgrading level 1 creatures, and they don't have any level 1 creatures. So unless I just messed with them, then yeah, there's nothing else they can do. Yeah, they still could be taking 13. Yeah. You're right. You're right. I do have them in a rough spot. Yeah, because even if they take out one of these sevens, then it's still 10, 13. Yep. Oh, that's just funny that all their cards were level ones except for something that can be playing level ones. And that would have been the worst option, is allowing them to constantly activate their Relentless Wanderers to be playing level one. So I don't know what they're doing right now. I personally would be getting rid of Fraud's Experiment, because when that's dealing damage to an enemy player, then I'm getting health. And then I don't have a creature in my Slay lane. So that's what I would do. And they don't get to level at this cycle. Yeah. All right, let's adjust a little bit. I know that's not great for the video, but seeing me moving around a whole lot. I don't know what they're waiting on doing. They only got one play. I don't think they understand what's happening. Oh, that, I guess. Yeah, because they had to play that card. I mean, they could have looked through here to get the game log and see that I used my Forgeborn ability. Crux Cobalt, yep. Determined choice. All right, so they could still upgrade level 1 creatures in their hand, but they probably don't want to. They probably want to be playing level 1 creatures. Oh, Ike's Ninjas pops in and says they're submitting a bug. Okay. Submitting a bug for a thing that wasn't actually bugged, but if they don't know that, then they don't know that. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm guessing they're going to want to be playing level 1 cards to start reclaiming the board a little bit. But then Lucid Echoes deal 1 damage for each level 2 or 3 card in your discard pile. 1, 2, 3. It would be 4. So I can take out this after their 1 play, which I'm going to like to do. I don't know what they're still doing now. Then I might do playing that mental warfare game, lol. Yeah, but little do they know they're on with somebody who is doing an extensive amount of talking while they're streaming their plays. So this just gives me an opportunity to talk more, which we all know I love the sound of my own voice. Yeah, so we'll see if they're still able to be doing anything. I don't know if they think they're what. I'm choosing not to speculate. I wonder how many bugs are submitted because of new mechanics or lack of experience. I would venture a fair amount. Um, yeah, which is totally fine, and then that is information that is parsed through on the back end. But yeah, there's no way of knowing that, and hopefully it's not leading to uh, a a really negative play experience for my opponent in this instance. Can Dead Winter target same duder if it double triggers? Um, it shouldn't as it reads, but it can. Uh, because doesn't it? I don't remember the exact wording on the card, but does it say another? Yeah, that would be have to read what the card says to weigh in on that card. Dead Winter. And then like God just points out, it shouldn't, but it shouldn't as it reads, but it can. So then that's another onus to put on you as a community member of just because you can do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. So just be careful with it. And yeah, did I freeze or did they freeze? I submit a bug that Krogies can't be targeted at least once a day. Maybe they will change it. LOL. Good try, Ike. Good try. Yes, it looks like that things are frozen. I wonder what my internet. My internet says I'm still doing okay. Yep. Well, we don't need to wait around having me look at the screen. So maybe they did win. All right. So I do want to try to make this deck work at least one time, and then we'll see some fireworks. Actually, no, we only have time for a few matches. Okay. Uh, yep. So which one do I want to do? In the remaining 45 minutes, which could be like two matches, I am going to be playing with what I think are some of my best decks right now. And again, this sounds much more egotistical than it's meant to, but I apologize to my opponents in the queue here if it's somebody who is unknowing on what they might be stepping into. Uh, so I like this is meant to be some of my better decks. Well, Fast Hippie, you should know what's coming. All right, so good luck. Let's have some fun with this. So what my deck here is my Rumblespark deck. So my Nova Elementalist. And I have a Betrayer Darkheart with life gain synergy in Utera. So Glowhive Siren, a Kindred Ranger, Mystical Ravager, and then a fair amount of spell slinging. So I'm trying to see if I can make that work as a Rumble Spark with Darkheart combo. And it's very strong. It's very fun. We're going against the Hantu right away. Okay. Well, I can deal with that with either one of those two creatures. So I just need to have that Darkheart not die. And it's going to. So we go like this, but then we're just going to trade the whole board. Just like that. And I will take the 3 damage here. Whoa, I looked away for a second and there's a green Darkheart Sorcerer on the field. Yep, it's a Betrayer Darkheart. Okay. Start out with Nova, and then I'll just put Rumblespark in that lane. And I may do Feral Instinct to give this breakthrough and a little extra attack, unless my opponent has hard removal right away. And they don't, but they got that Shard Plate Behemoth. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, though. Crimers. I still think that's probably my best option there. Shard Plate Behemoth. I don't understand why that card is my undoing, but it definitely has been punishing me lately. Yep, that 8 health at level 1, it blocks up a lane, and it's dealing 8 damage, but now I'm going to kick it down to, well, not quite to 1. I can kick it down to 3. Yep, I can deal with that. That's not going to be a problem. All right. Warbringer Ritual, and then I've got Forge Seal, which I could do to give one of my creatures 3/3 in all creature types. I might even want to save that one. But I need to play Warbringer Ritual because the level 2 of that is so good, because then you start to get to play spells for free. So I think that's a really powerful one. All right, then give an enemy creature -1/-1, so it's down to a 0/3. All right. And then are they going to use it right away to put it down to a 0/2? Maybe? No. Okay, so then what I can do is Lycian Rain to get that up to a 3/4 to trade there. Yeah. Trade and trade. I'm okay with that. Okay. And then give one of your creatures +3/+3. This turn has all creature types. Well, let's go Dark Heart right there, and then I'll lean into that Toxic Spores. Another River of Souls. Oh, that's going to be interesting. And then Army of the Damned. Haha. Well, I don't like my alternatives. So let's just give it the +3. I'll drain. And there. Because even if Fast Hippie is going to bring back something like Hantu, or potentially the Dark Shaper Savant, I'm going to be able to do something with it. Against it. Or Shard Plate Behemoths, I guess. Gross. Okay. I'll just put that right back there. That's no problem for me. Hmm. Hantu, you say? Two spell sprites and then play a spell for free. And then that's going to be Thunder Crash Field. I wonder if I Glowhive Siren first. No, let's see. Or bring a ritual. Put one there. And let's put one there. Thunder Crash Field. Put one there. And dealing damage from the two spells. Give that attack. Give that one attack. I could play a spell sprite in that lane. I think I will. Rumblespark. Yep. All right. Oh, nice. The Alluvian. If this is lower level than your Forgeborn, give an enemy creature -3/-3. Oh, I still think that's probably a good play. River of Souls. Hopefully, Fast Hippie is doing a. Okay. There we go. Interesting to see what way they go with this. Yep. What are you giving the -1/-1 to? Okay. Makes sense. And then there. Okay. And then giving something else. Okay. You may give this -2/-2 to give another creature +2/+2. Okay. I see. But I don't like what you're going to do there. So I'm going to Glowhive Siren here. And then that's going to combo with Thunder Crash Field. I also want to keep my Darkheart Sorcerer around. So I'm just going to give that +3/+3. And put that back there. And I will take the 10 damage to not have their two creature. Oh, but nope, I will take the damage. Yep. Because that Alluvian, that Brood Alluvian, was doing a lot of work. Okay. Now we're cooking. Because Feral Instinct here. Give one of your creatures attack and armor and breakthrough. The next time this deals damage to a player this turn, you can play a level 1 or 2 card for free. And I think I want to do that. But after I get this Kindred Ranger out. And then let's Flame Jet to deal 5 damage to each of us. Darkheart Sorcerer. Drains. I played a spell. Spell Sprite goes up. I get to transform this and put that over there. Then because I gained health, Glowhive Siren goes up. Kindred because of that. Then we just got triggers going on. All right. Oh, and then the opponent's going to use their Forgeborn. Yep. Get rid of Darkheart. Probably. What else? And let's see. 2, 4, 6. Wanted to get that feral instinct to work. Shooty shoot. I could have done that into the Kindred Ranger. Yep, it wouldn't have mattered a whole lot. But let's go like this. And then I can activate this to deal 6 damage to something. Let's deal it right to Hantu. What? Oh no, it's only 4 because it's not an elemental. Oops. Well, then we're going to deal 4 there instead. Yep. I keep forgetting that Nova Elementalist isn't an elemental. And then keeping that alive. Fair enough. Yeah, that hurts a little bit. Well, okay, so then this one I think I'm taking the damage because it's a creature. But then the second one I can reanimate it because it's just a minion. Don't take damage. Yep. Because that doesn't come back. All right. Okay, so now we've got, well, let's see. Their Forgeborn ability is give a creature -5/-5. If you have 2 or more spirits in your banish pile, you may give another creature -5/-5. Um, 1, unless something else got spirit by mistake. Oh, they do have 2. Okay. Rakewood, the anti-Thunder Crash field card. Yeah, that slows down momentum a little bit. All right, let's see. Because I can give 2 of my creatures 8 armor this turn. Play a spell swarm and then play a spell for free. So I think we're going to go Warbringer Ritual into Thunder Crash Field into Ferocious Roar. I think. Warbringer Ritual into Thunder Crash Field there. And then next turn I'll be able to do Ferocious Roar. Yeah. And that'll still take out that. Oh, unless it no longer exists. I do like seeing Hantu and the Dark Shaper Savant because those are 2 frustrating things to have to try to take care of. I do like seeing that. That's pretty cool. And Immortal Echoes. Yep. All right. Well, I still get to go like this. Play Wisp Minion. And do I want to use... Yeah, let's do it. 8 armor there. 8 armor there. And I take the damage and then don't take the damage. Take the damage, because then the other one is a minion. Minions do not reanimate. Don't take the damage. Oh, that's not how that's supposed to go. Unless those were given to me in a different order, that's not how that's supposed to go. That's tough. All right. I hope not. I hope not. Yeah. The situation that's coming up in the chat is that the player who has Hantu on the field gets to choose the order that the triggers resolve. That you could just and should just click top down, because then I believe that they are offered to the receiving player in the receiving player's left to right. So then I would know that the Dark Shaper Savant was coming first and know that the minion was coming second. So I wanted the Dark Shaper Savant to be gone. And the minion, I could say, yes, reanimate it, because you cannot reanimate minions, that they don't go to the banish pile. So I assumed that it would continue to go left to right, which is what it normally does when there's one Hantu and the process is offered to the receiving player top down. But it looks like that was not the case here for one reason or another. Okay, so I've got Forge Seal that I could be working. Uh, yeah, let's do that. Go here. That gets +4 attack. Give one of your creatures 3/3. It has all creature types this turn. I might as well just give it there because those two are going to trade. It is a known situation that the developers are working on. And until then, there's not much we can do about it. Hmm. But I don't have an elemental. It's 2 damage to all non-elemental creatures. Yep, it's not quite going to be what I need it to be. Hmm. Let's see. We don't have anything that has breakthrough. We've got 2 minions at +3/+3. I could see a scenario where someone thought that was a clever play, but I think it's not a good look when the card is broken. Yeah, yes, that it's one thing if to be clever, but it's another if your opponent doesn't have necessary information. So it's not being clever if I'm not given enough information to make the choice I want to make. But so I try to act with integrity and kindness in situations like this, and I just hope other people do the same. And I believe the best in people, so I don't think there's anything behind it. But I'm trying to figure out how I don't lose this game here. Hmm. Because that's still taking 19. Let's see. That doesn't necessarily bother me so much because I can go here and here. I still take 14 damage. I guess that... No, I could choose not to take that damage. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just take that damage. Alright. And then now, give your creatures +7 health. You gain 7 health. That is going to help. Especially right about now. So let's go like this. And then we're going to activate to deal 2 damage to a creature. Because that's Slade, deal damage to an enemy creature, or enemy player. And now we get Rumblespark coming into play. There. All right. Now we're doing okay. Because then I can play Darkheart and use my Forgeborn ability to give all my creatures some health. Give me a little bit of health. And then I just need to start getting some spells. And what's that going to be? Level 1 or level 2? Alright, so... I don't mind them putting something there. Likely Hantu? Likely Hantu level 2. Yep. Makes sense to try to put me in a bad spot with all their creatures that are going to die. Give one of your creatures +9 attack. The next turn, next time this is destroyed, reanimate it. Well, that is all fine and dandy. Gotcha. And at this point, seeing as how we're in cycle 4, I have no problem with them keeping their board full. Because I should be winning. I win this trade. No combat, no combat. That's going to be... Now they win that one, which, hey, that's fine by me. Yeah, I won't take the damage. You can bring back whatever you'd like. I might have him here. Might have him here because Elementalist Ritual. Oh, but I don't have an Elemental anymore. So I don't get to choose 2. But let's see. Because I think... No, I still want to have... Let's still lead off with this. Non-combat damage you deal this turn is increased by 2. So we're going to go like that. And then it deals 7 damage to them. I gain 5 health. I can activate this to deal 2 damage to a creature. And then it's a slay. And then I'll have him reanimate. Yeah, I've got it because now I can flame jet. Yeah, don't take damage. And then flame jet for free. Bada bing, bada boom. There's your fireworks. Whoo! Good game, Fast Tippy. Yep, that Rumblespark half is a good one, and I think that the Utera half that I pair with it has enough support, secondary like attacking and stuff like that, that it can give me enough health. The Kindred Ranger really helps because then and I mean I didn't even get that in a Thunder Crash lane, but that one's really powerful to get either the Glow Hive or the Kindred creature in a Thunder Crash field lane. Yeah, good game, Fast Hippie. All right, let's try. What's another one of my really favorite, in my opinion, super strong ones? And I think is that Autumn Wind. Oh, Madeleine is going to challenge me, and we're gonna go Korok there with Autumn Wind. Okay, Autumn Wind. There we go with Korok confirmed. All right. And then this looks like it's going to be probably my last one for the night because we're down to 18 minutes left in the stream. But remember, we've got Lucas's stream that is happening on Wednesday. I still believe that's good to go, even though that's the day before 4th of July. And that'll be 6 to 7 p.m. We still have tomorrow night's sealed event. And it's just that I haven't put that up yet because I'm doing all of July's events. I'll be doing it after this stream. And there will not be a Wednesday at noon or Thursday at noon stream this week because we're moving the Wednesdays to Thursday, but Thursday is a holiday here in the States, so uh, we just I won't be expecting anybody to be at their computer for that. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Fast Hippie. Oh, sorry about Hantu. I just wanted to bring one of my strong ones after all your braggadocious talk. Yes, you know me. Yep. So it's a really strong deck. But that is, I think, what you just faced off against. I think is the strongest deck that I own. So uh, any deck that can beat that or beat it consistently, I tip my hat to you, and you push me right to the edge. So this deck here that I'm playing now has a bit of a story behind it, and me, I'm a sucker for stories. So uh, I like telling it whenever I can. I opened these two, they're both set two decks. I opened them in the same booster. Oh my, I've faced this before. So I opened these two in the same booster, and they were both foil. So it was an all foil. Both of all four half decks were foiled, and both of these were in the same. So it was my first Furious Shardback, which is when this is dealt non-combat damage, deal 2 damage to all enemy creatures, and then activate, deal 2 damage to this to give it +2 attack. And I also had a Betrayer Shardback in Utera, and it's an armored one, so it has armor with it. It's an excellent pairing. It is my best dinosaur deck, and yeah, I love what this can do, and they're both halves are foil. Both halves I open in the exact same booster. So I sleeved it with colored backing sleeves, amber color, like Jurassic Park. You found the Dino DNA in amber, in a way that I will not pair either one of these halves with anything else. That those two are forever joined. Oh no! A shambling shardback. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Because I think Because if I damage either Shardback, then mine gets damaged. And then when mine gets damaged, it damaged both of theirs, and then both of theirs damage me, and then I damage both of theirs. So 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so and all those are going to trade. So what, the Betrayer Shardback Mirror? Yeah, so I don't think. Hmm. Because then that's going to down to 3, down to 3, but then 2 triggers down to. Yeah, okay, so I think I go like this, like that, like that, and then both come back to me, and then both go back to them. So all our Shardbacks trade. This is going to be good fireworks. No, yeah, no board is going to be safe with this. This is going to be interesting. Bing, bing. Yep. Okay. Yep. Quad Shardbacks. Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay. Let's see what you got. Oh, and in the month of July, because we're running low on time, so I want to make sure that I get this part out. I'm trying to get more viewers to the Monday night stream than we get to the Wednesday night stream. Now, as an optimist and a positive person, I don't want people to no longer watch the Wednesday night one. I just want more people to be watching the Monday night one. So if you know SolForge friends that are out there that aren't doing anything on Monday nights, just have them tune in. You don't have to listen. You don't have to like follow along or watch or anything like that. Just simply tune in so then my numbers can show that they're bigger than Lucas's numbers on Wednesday. Because I would love to be at a point where I'm getting more viewers than he gets. That's the competitive nature in me. Go Hive Nursery. I do like that that'll be able to pay future dividends. But Nargath Commander. Um, yeah, let's go like that. So I'll trade there, but I like the ability to be having future, or the next level of the card, I get to play 2 creatures, which I think is going to be kind of important here. Fast Tippy, I usually D&D on Mondays, but have it off for the next couple of weeks. Awesome. I like that. Ooh. Okay, let's go like this then. Roaring Reveler. Enemy player may play a spell for free. Then I get to play one. They do not have a spell. So I will go Pterodon Nest there. The roaring part doesn't trigger, but I get to give that creature +3/+3. Excellent. Or perhaps he could increase viewers by short shorts. Haha. All right, so I like this Quaking Sentinel because it can deal 2 damage to all of my other creatures, which works well when you've got 2 Shardbacks. And it also works well if you're playing a bunch of spells. How many spells do I have? I just have 1, because I've been playing Exalts. So that doesn't do a whole lot of good. Let's see. We play Dinosaur in this lane. So that's not going to do much good. So let's go the Heartseeker over here. And like that to give another creature +2 attack. And then we'll see what we can do. Setting up future options there. Because this Heartseeker, is decent, but I like that the level 3, that activate ability, give another one of your creatures +6 attack. This turn, your creatures with 10 or more attack get breakthrough. That's super helpful. Because this deck can grow tall if it needs to, if it ends up happening to get that far down the line. Usually with the double shardbacks, is that kind of takes care of the opponent's board in play. All right. Now they have Outwitch is an enemy creature. It strikes another enemy creature of your choice. Great. But I get level 2 Pterodon Nest. I get my Combat Patriarch, which is nice. I like that dinosaur. That's got dinosaur synergy. I can put that right here in that lane. And my Forgeborn ability, destroy an enemy creature with decreased health. That works so well with Shardbacks because I don't even need to destroy the creature anymore. I just need to give it decreased health, and then it's a hard removal with a very easy condition for me to get to. And Ice Storm here on brand because dinosaurs died from a meteor and then, it was an ice age. So I like having a card like that here, and this is dealing 8 damage to an enemy creature and 4 to adjacent. So if my opponent happens to stick anything next to it, fine. I'm dinoing in Q now. This is going to be my last match of the night. Can deal 3 damage to a creature or player. Are they going to deal 3 there? Possibly. Oh, 3 there. Okay. Yeah, Ice Storm is on brand for Dine. And Firestorm if you want the meteor shower. Okay. So I don't like this Forgeborn ability right now. Because that's going to wipe off one of my 2 creatures, which I don't want to have happen. So I could always go like this and just make it even bigger and now force my opponent to not be able to use that ability yet. But I do want to get that Patriarch out, so then when I'm playing either one of my Shardbacks, then it gets plus attack and health. Dang you, Alluvian. I'll take the 2 in order to make that big. Oh, give that and creatures adjacent to it. Oh, I don't want to do that one there. I want to do that one there. Because then the next dinosaur I play is going to be there, and it's going to buff them both. And let's see. Huh. I want to save this shard back a little bit if I can. So let's go with the Roaring Reveler. Here. And I'm going to give my other creature +3/+3. And now let the enemy player play a spell. And then I get to play a spell. And granted, my one spell isn't great. But I like that I'm able to get it out. And I'll just go that here. Give one of my creatures +3 attack. Well, gladly. There. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that because oh, that Forgeborn ability is killing me. It strikes an enemy creature of your choice, so I need to make sure that neither one of these two are going to be able to kill each other. But I think that this Patriarch is going to get too big, where then it is going to end up killing my Shardback. Oh, and I did not cheese Hantu. Just picked top down, but I have no idea what that does. So okay. Yep, that's what I was assuming for Fast Hippie. It's something that needs to be fixed, it needs to be addressed, but I don't know how plausible that is for the developers to do that. So until then, we do what we can, and I do trust that, especially in this community, everybody's acting with integrity, and then we just kind of deal with it and move on, and know that in person it wouldn't be a problem because you can clearly say that creature right there is the one we're talking about now. So, and that's also why I haven't been making too many high level competitive set 3 events, because that one is difficult to, you can't really work around it. Okay, speaking of difficult to work around. Oh, I go like this. Give those the stats, give those the stats. Then these two are just going to trade back and forth until one of them dies. Or until they both die. Which I don't want to do. So 3, so I'd be down to 10. 3, that'd be down to 13. 7, 10. Nope, because then that would clear my board too. So I am going to let that go. Yep, our shardbacks would trigger each other back and forth until not only they were destroyed, but until my both entire boards were destroyed. So I don't want to have that happen. So I'll just take my chances in combat and then use my Forgeborn ability to destroy an enemy creature with decreased health. And they are reanimating probably their Necreum Shardback? Because that's a shambling one? Yep. All right, and I got my other shard back now too. But that one's not going to do a whole lot of good. Because, I mean, I could armored shardback into a Quaking Sentinel, dealing damage to all of my creatures, which then would deal a bunch of damage to all their creatures, which then would deal a bunch of damage to all my creatures. And then we're same spot, no board. Ugh, no board. This is definitely a good match to be very tactical about a card play that on its surface is rather brute force. If you've got a shard back, you want to damage it, and then it hurts your opponents even more. And then when you've got 2 shard backs, you want to damage them, hurts your opponents even more. But now when they've got the same thing and then you juggle into Oblivion, you have to be a little bit more tactful. Like a delicate dance with a chainsaw. Oh, or they can just go for it. Yep, and that's just going to clear the board. Yep. All right, don't mind if I do. But I do like that now their entire board is clear and they had to play a card. Where I don't necessarily have to play a card in order to get that benefit of the board being cleared. So I think we're going to go Armored Shardback, give that a little bit more attack. And then Quaking Sentinel, I'll be able to put in a lane. And am I going to get a whole lot of spells? 1, 2, 3. So 3 spells I've in my banish pile. So that's just going to go up 3, 3. But I'll be able to use if I need to be dealing 3 damage to my opponent's board. Otherwise, if I don't, then I can do this Heartseeker because then it unlocks the level 3, which I think Breakthrough is going to be pretty important in a match like this. Let's see what they're thinking. Deal 8 damage. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Destroy an enemy creature with decreased attack. Well, didn't get the opportunity to do that. That's okay. Yep. I still think I'm in pretty good situation. And we've got a Soothing Bear. It's the first time we see the life gain this deck has. Hmm. So I think I'm going to go Furious Shardback here. Activate to give it a little bit more attack. And what's their Forgeborn ability? Gathering Storm, okay. And I get to Blast Wave. And I might put this Nargath Commander right in between my Shardbacks and just have something really explosive going off. My dinos are slow. Yeah, a lot of Shardback triggers. A lot of Shardback triggers, Fast Hippie. That's why this is going slow. And it's a delicate dance with a chainsaw. Breakthrough Dinos OP. Yeah, they're very powerful. Dinosaurs at Breakthrough, very, very powerful. Let's see what my opponent's going to be doing here. So I'm looking to, depending on what they put out, I might just disintegrate if it's something that, uh, well, I guess because I can do my Nargath Commander, which says activate, deal 2 damage to creatures adjacent to this to give them +2 attack. And then that would end up triggering both of them to deal 8 damage. Okay, so that's just going to clear the board. Yep, because no matter what damage I would do to this creature, it will start a chain of 5 damage, 8 damage, 5 damage. So it would clear everything except for my Furious Shardback. Eight, 5, 5, which then would deal 8 back here, which would deal 5 and 5. So that would kill their board and deal 10 damage to my Shardback. It would, yeah, it would kill their board, kill the rest of my board, except for this Furious Shardback would have 10 damage on it. But I think that's what it has to be because anything else is going to no. Bear. Bear indeed. Let's just gain a little bit of health. Yeah. Yep. So I'm trying not to create a cycle that it inevitably deals so much damage to my board that it wasn't worth taking out their one shard back. Because I could, but then I would lose. I wouldn't have had the bear. I would lose this shard back, and then I would lose the Heart Seeker, and then this shard back would be down to what 7 health. And I, unless now they do this, and then it ends up triggering both boards being completely wiped, because that's what would happen. Yep. Because then even if you do the 5 here, it's going to do 10. And then it would do 5 to mine, which then this would do here. So that would be 13 on your shard back, so it dies in combat. So it just wipes the board. Which, if that's the route you want to go, that is totally an option. The game theory on this is really interesting. Yep. Yeah, because then it just clears the board, which is why I'm glad I've got stuff like this Glow Hive Nursery out. So then I can get 2-for-1 creatures in situations now where the board's going to be clear. And they've got one shard back left, and I've got one shard back left. Yep. And no creatures. Yep. And now I've got this Heartseeker that then can be given things breakthrough, which I like. Your creature with 10 or more attack get breakthrough. And this is. Yeah. One of your creatures enters the lane, give it +3 attack. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's go to the Combat Patriarch all the way over there. And then we'll see where we're at. Because they don't have their Forgeborn ability left, I get to give or deal 5 damage to up to 2 creatures. One of them's going to be this Stout Worm, so I'm not facing any damage coming in. And then probably their other creature, whatever that's going to be. So then at the very least, I should be able to trade here in my Combat Patriarch lane, and then have the Heartseeker here in the Spirit Golem Conclave lane, where I'm able to then be giving a breakthrough every turn that I activate it. Because the Spirit Golem Conclave is going to give this +3 attack up to 10, and it says this turn your creatures with 10 or more attack get breakthrough, so then whenever I activate this, it's going to have breakthroughs for that turn. So I like what that's going to do. Oh, and they're just going to damage. All right. I don't mind that. Heartseeker, there. Going to give my other creature attack. And then use my Forgeborn ability to not be taking any damage there. and not leave a creature on the board to be attacking me, or something in case their Shambler decides to cause problems. Give one of your creatures +6/+6. When you play a dinosaur in this lane, give all of your creatures +3/+3, then destroy this. So let's go like this. Give that +6/+6. And we're going to wait. Which I don't think is a great idea, but if I get this Swamp Moss Lurker out, which is a dinosaur, in the Pterodon Nest lane, then it gets +3/+3, so it'd be up to a 7/9. I'm going to activate this to give it +4 attack, +6 attack, so it's going to have breakthrough, as well as my other two creatures having breakthrough. It gets +4/+4 from this, from the Patriarch. So now I've got 3 creatures with double-digit attack that all have breakthrough. And with my opponent only having one shardback left, I think it's going to put them in a bad spot. I like how tactical this match got. This is a fascinating deck to go against. I wonder what my opponent's thinking through on these. All right, put Swamp Moss Lurker here. Combat Patriarch gives it +4/+4. Pterodon Nest. All my creatures get +3/+3 and get rid of that. Go there to give it +6 attack, and then all 3 of my creatures now get breakthrough. And this is going to put my opponent behind the 8 ball, I believe. Yeah, we're doing a little overtime here as we're finishing up a really strong match. Ardent Illuvian. It's lower than the Forgeborn to give an enemy creature -5/-5. Well, no matter what. Oh, yep. All my creatures are still going to live, but I've got now 35 breakthrough showing there. And all 3 of my creatures get to stay alive. Deck cycle 4. My opponent's Forgeborn ability, summon the Swarm, play up to 2 spell Swarm minions. And mine is Earthen Fists. Give up to one of your creatures +8 attack. It battles up to 1 enemy creature. And right now, in my hand, I've got the level 3 Combat Patriarch. And then the level 2 Swamp Moss Lurker. So 2 more dinosaurs that are going to be helping me hopefully finish off this match. I just need 1 activate out of my Heartseeker to give my other 2 dinosaurs breakthrough. They're going to play their Spell Swarms, try to fill up lanes, but I don't think it's going to matter with me being able to give my creatures breakthrough. And they're playing that Dire Hound, destroy one of their creatures to reanimate, a level 1 or level 2. Probably going to be their Shardback. And Fast Hippie checking back in, won their second game with dinosaurs in the time that this one has been going on. Yeah, I don't know what the right play is going to be because unless they can get rid of my Heartseeker, it's going to give two creatures breakthrough, which is going to be enough to take them below 0. So I don't know if Shardback triggers are going to matter or Shambling triggers are going to matter. Because it's not, that's a post-combat trigger, so they won't survive it. Uh, hmm. Might as well go this here. And then, yeah, just to be safe, +6 attack, and then all my creatures with 10 or more attack get breakthrough. So my second play is going to be that Swamp Moss Lurker. Because I've got two Patriarchs out, it's going to get +10/+10. It won't get breakthrough because it wasn't on the board when my Heartseeker activated. But having now 5 creatures on the board, got all the lanes filled, I could potentially use it to use my Forgeborn ability then, give one of your creatures +8 attack. It battles up to one enemy creature. So if there's a lane I needed to clear out, I'll be able to do that as well. But I think this one's pretty much wrapped up. So we will see what my opponent's going to do. But in the meantime, thank you everybody who showed up for this week and interacted. Or, I mean, heck, even if you're just watching and not interacting, if that's not your jam, I appreciate you showing up. There are so many ways to get involved in SolForge Fusion. If you don't know much about the game, I'm going to be putting up a slide that will give you all the resources you need in order to become a more engaged member of the community. If you ever want to be reaching out to me to play me, let's see, I am going to pull up my Steam code. My Steam friend code is 103-628-342. And you can challenge me at any time, especially on one of these streams. I love playing people. I don't usually bring too difficult of decks unless I kind of preface it or you know, we kind of schedule something ahead of time. Viper Dave, thank you. I enjoyed doing the stream. And if you haven't left a review on Steam for the digital client, please do that, because any positive review helps the algorithm and it boosts people's ability to see this game. I know that there is a major sale that is going on the SolForge Fusion website where it's 30% off of everything. I know that Steam is doing a 50% off sale. So if you haven't bought the digital client, which is what you've seen me playing, then you have an opportunity to buy that for 50% off, which is a really sweet deal. They got their second Shambling Shardback, but I'm not going to do anything with that. Because I have enough breakthrough that I don't need to worry about what's going on there. Yeah, so then we just go into combat. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh, what is the code? Oh, I am on multiple devices, so you got to give me a minute. My Steam friend code is 103-628-342. Be on the lookout because tonight I am going to be posting the July events and then a news article that kind of introduces all the July events we've got going on. I'm very excited for what July is going to bring for SolForge Fusion. Let's transition to that slide there. There we go. If you want to be getting more involved, if you scan that QR code, it takes you to a digital interactable version of this slide. So if you, on your phone, you tap on that Stoneblade Entertainment icon, it takes you to the Stoneblade homepage where they're doing a 30% sale on anything in the store. If you click on the SolForge Fusion one, you tap on that, it takes you to the SolForge Fusion homepage. then you can be watching On Forge. That is the monthly news show that Lucas and I put on, talking about all of the Stoneblade Entertainment news. We have updates for some GameFound campaigns. We're talking SolForge Fusion. We're going to have guests on there from time to time. I believe we're going to have a pretty special guest on this month as well, but you got schedules you got to work with, so I'm not going to say much more than that. Join the Discord. If you're clicking on that green one, you're tapping on that. That's the best place to get regular news, to get updated for the community, to start to meet people like myself, Jurch. You can follow us on Twitter and social media to hear about specials and announcements, and to get that code for the 30% off at checkout. And finally, find the digital client on Steam if you haven't been playing it yet. If you have been playing but haven't left a review, please, it helps the algorithm, so then more people can play this game. We get that comment all the time from people that love playing this game. They say it's a great game. We just need more people playing it. So you can be part of that solution by leaving a positive review on Steam. Catch me next week, same time, for another Monday stream. Lucas streams on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Check him out there. Interact with him. He does a great show himself. And I will talk to you all next week. So thank you, everybody, and have a great holiday if you celebrate 4th of July. Take care.